Hello everyone, what is going on? Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube or if you're listening on the podcast, either way, thank you so much for being here. I just want to say really quickly, thank you so much for all of the positivity and all of the love on the first episode. I am so grateful. I have done many business ventures. I tried many different social media platforms over the years, and the fact that you guys have been continuously supportive, I cannot say how much it means. So just thank you so much. Super grateful. If you have not seen episode number 1, it is here on my YouTube channel, and it's always on Apple, Spotify, and Podbean as well. So in the first episode, we really dove deep into conscious creation and what manifestation really is, and some science-backed principles that you can implement into your own life to start manifesting massive wealth and abundance and success and anything whatsoever that you want. So in this episode, I want to talk about one of the number one hacks and cheat codes that I believe you can implement into your life to manifest the life of your dreams literally in record time. We're going to be talking about the law of assumption. And if you are already in the manifestation community, you probably know that this is a term and this is a foundational principle that was coined by Sir Neville Goddard. He was one of the best manifestation and conscious creation and spiritual leaders of his time. He has since passed away, but he is literally amazing. You can find some re-uploads of his stuff on YouTube and kind of scattered throughout social media. If you want to buy one of his books, I'll link it down below. It's called Feeling is the Secret, and it's an amazing book. And he was just one of the best. But he talks about the law of assumption, which states that all you need to do to manifest something into your life is to assume that it's already yours. Because we've learned in episode number 1, we talked about the fact that manifestation is the art of conscious creation. It is when you set your intention on something, and through your thoughts and through your internal beliefs and your dominant assumptions, whatever assumption you persist in, that is the reality that you experience on a daily basis. So I think a lot of people, when they learn about manifestation at the beginning, they find books like The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, and they really hop into the law of attraction, which is amazing. But the law of attraction is only one of the universal laws. There are so many other laws: the law of increase, the law of abundance, the law of assumption. There are so many other laws as well that you can learn about and execute those principles in your life to manifest what you want very quickly. And the law of assumption is something that I've implemented into my life within the past 3 years, and I've been able to draw in the love and friendships and abundance that I've truly desired by believing that it's already mine. So if you don't know, the law of assumption coined by Neville Goddard states that whatever dominant assumption you persist in will harden into fact. Again, whatever dominant assumption you persist in, keyword persist in, will harden into fact. And he states that any assumption, good, bad, indifferent, dishonest, any assumption whatsoever, if persisted in, will harden into fact. Such a simple statement, but let me repeat that again and really let this click for you mentally. Any assumption you dominantly persist in will harden into fact. Anything. Again, it could be negative, it could be a positive statement, it could be something that's not even true, but if persisted in, it'll harden into fact, because again, it's been scientifically proven that your brain does not know the difference between something that's actually happening in your real current 3D life and something that you have heavily imagined. Dr. Joe Dispenza and Dr. Tara Stewart. Tara is actually a neuroscientist, and I forget which exact degrees Joe has, but he's obviously one of the best of the best. They talk all the time about the fact that your brain cannot distinguish between an event that's actually happening now in your current real 3D reality and something that you have heavily imagined. Because imagination is the root of all creation, you guys. Imagination in your mind. Anything that you can heavily imagine down to every last detail and convince your subconscious mind that it's true must appear in your current real 3D life. Meaning, if you could create enough of a visualization that is so detailed to where you close your eyes and you taste it and you smell it and you feel it and you convince your brain that it's already happening now, that reality must appear in your actual real current 3D life because the brain already believes that it's true. So with the law of assumption, it's a very simple law. Some people try to overcomplicate it, but literally all it states is that if you assume it's yours, it must be yours. Whatever the subconscious faithfully embodies, so whatever the subconscious believes to be true will be true. And again, we talked about this in my last video. Your reality now is simply a reflection of your internal beliefs and your dominant assumptions, right? So if you internally believe at the core, money is hard to come by, money doesn't grow on trees, I've always been lower class, therefore lower class is all I'll ever be, guess what? I can take an educated guess on the fact that you are probably living a reality with money right now that is undesirable. You're living in poverty and you're living in lack on a daily basis because your reality is no more than a reflection of your internal beliefs and your dominant assumptions. So if you assume money is hard to come by, money will always be hard to come by. If you assume I will always be living in poverty, I will always be lower class, that's all there is for me. A wealthy lifestyle is not in the cards for me, and money is hard to attain, and the economy is terrible, and we're in a recession, or what have you. If that is what you internally believe, that is the reality that you will experience on a daily basis, because your reality, make no mistake, you have created. You have created your entire reality that you're living now through your internal beliefs and through your internal assumptions. And this goes for every category in your life. It goes for money and finances, the relationships that you have with other people, with your body, with your coworkers, with yourself. It's all a direct reflection of what you believe internally. So through the law of assumption, you can start assuming something new about yourself and about your reality, and then by law, it's been proven scientifically through thousands of neurological studies. This is backed by quantum physics and neuropsychology. By law, your current 3D reality must shift and conform to match the new assumption. So you have to start assuming something new about your life. Again, for example, say you're manifesting money. You have to start believing and assuming internally, I know I'm worthy of abundance. I'm a child of God. Abundance is my birthright. And because it is, if no one's ever told you that before, you are worthy simply because you exist. This is literally in biblical scripture. Abundance and success and unconditional love, those things are your birthright. So once you start assuming abundance is my birthright, and I'm so thankful and grateful for all the abundance that is going to flow into my life on a daily basis. And again, remember, it is never your job to micromanage through which avenue the abundance and the blessings are going to come in. Whenever you try to micromanage that and you reach out and you check the 3D, you're actually emitting resistance, which is actually stopping and halting and delaying the process, right? You need to have full faith that what you want is coming, that you're worthy and you're deserving and you're capable of it, and wake up and embody the version of yourself today who already has it. And then your current real 3D reality has no choice but to shift and to conform to match that mental reality that you are already living in. So you need to start assuming mentally, internally, subconsciously, that you are already living the reality that you desire. Because again, we've learned through one of the other universal laws, the law of attraction, that it's actually physically impossible to attract something into your life that is on a different frequency and on a different vibration than you are on. So if you can wake up and emit the frequency and emit the energy of prosperity and gratitude and wealth and abundance and overflow, that will have no choice but to be mirrored back to you in your life, and you will attract it and you will magnetize it into your life in record speed when that's who you believe you are. I talked about this a little bit on Instagram the other day, but you can never out-manifest who you believe you are. I can make an entire another episode on this if you guys are interested in it, but you will never out-manifest who you believe you are at your core. If you close your eyes and say, and try to convince yourself, I have $8 million in the bank, I have $8 million in the bank, but internally you still truly believe that you're living in lack and money is hard to come by, and you know you have negative $300 in your bank account, you're always going to manifest a replica of who you believe you are, which is why to manifest anything in your life, you need to go internally and rewire not only your subconscious beliefs and your internal programming, but you have to start believing that you are an abundant individual and that abundance is your birthright. And again, you never have to micromanage through which avenue the abundance and the blessings and the success is coming into your life. That's not your job. Your only job with manifestation and conscious creation is to set your intention on what you want, believe that you are worthy, you are deserving, and you are capable of it, and believe it will come. Leave the how up to God. That is not your job. It is never, ever your job to reach out and check the 3D and question things and connect the right people. It will come when you believe it'll come, but it'll probably come through an avenue that your brain cannot even conceptualize, right? So you need to stay open and ready. I always tell my students, one of the best affirmations that I teach my students in my Manifestation Academy is every morning saying, I am open and ready to receive abundance in my life through all avenues possible. And so it is. I can't wait to see what abundance flows in today. I'm already grateful for it. I'm already thankful for it. And so it is. Because a lot of times it'll come in through an avenue that you weren't even thinking of. A friend, a family member, a random check will come in the mail. Someone will donate something to you. There'll be an old work claim. Actually, funny story. This probably sounds like bogus since I just said that analogy, but I literally just got something in the mail like a month ago from a job I worked at 12 years ago. I guess a prior employee is suing them because they didn't pay out like the proper commission or something. And there's literally like a $15 million lawsuit going on. And if you worked at the company during these certain years and you were entitled to commission, you get a part of the lawsuit. Like you get a part of the overall money that is being awarded for the lawsuit. So that wasn't even in my mind. I hadn't even thought about that job in a decade. So when you set your intention on wanting more money and abundance or whatever it is that you are personally manifesting, all I'm saying is make sure that you are open and ready to receiving it through multiple different avenues, because a lot of times it's going to come in a way that you could not even think of. So again, the law of assumption states that whatever assumption you dominantly persist in, keyword persist in, it takes repetition, it takes persistence, will harden into fact. So if you wake up every day for the next 30 days and you start persisting in the assumption, I know abundance is my birthright, and I am so thankful and so grateful that abundance is going to flow into my life today. If you persist in that assumption, what's going to happen is every single day, your subconscious belief is going to increase more and more and more and more as you persist every day. And then before you know it, your subconscious starts to believe that that is already your reality. It starts to take those statements as true. And I talk a lot of the time in my Manifestation Academy as well about growing a new neural pathway. You need to actually grow a new neural pathway through that repetition and through that persistence. You start to form a new neural pathway internally that holds a new set of beliefs and a new set of assumptions that matches the desired reality that you want. How do you do this? Again, through repetition and through persistence. You tell yourself on a daily basis, again, I'm worthy and deserving of abundance. I am abundant at my core. I'm so thankful and I am so grateful for all the abundance that flows into my life on a daily basis, and so it is. And then you need to wake up and persist in that assumption day by day by day. And when you persist, what happens is that subconscious internal belief starts to increase a little more, a little more, a little more. And then you see the evidence of that flowing into your life. Maybe someone buys you a coffee. You find $5 on the ground. Then the more your subconscious belief increases day by day by day, you start to manifest those bigger amounts. Maybe you get a new client or a new sale for $50, $100, $500. And then what starts happening? You start realizing, oh my gosh, I'm manifesting this abundance into my life. It's working. And then you get so excited about it and you emit that energy of gratitude and wealth and prosperity. And then what happens? You manifest more and more and more, because you're raising your vibration on a daily basis because you chose to assume that was already your reality. Law of assumption, whatever you dominantly persist in, whatever assumption you dominantly persist in day by day will harden into fact. So ask yourself what you want and start persisting in the assumption that it is already yours. I hope you guys enjoyed that. The law of assumption has been one of my absolute favorites to execute in my own life. Again, I obviously love the law of attraction. It's backed scientifically. However, I think that the law of assumption is something so simple that you can start implementing today and literally just start telling yourself, new home, new job, healthy body, it's already mine. And wake up and embody the version of yourself who already has it to get you to that energetic state. And I promise you, you will manifest it into your life so much quicker than you think. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. If you do want to join my Manifestation Academy, I would be honored to have you. It is under $100 a month. You can think of it like the Netflix for manifestation. You hop in for that super low monthly fee, and then you get 4 Zoom calls with me every month. So 4 intimate hours with me and the entire vault of manifestation trainings. We have about 2,400 students in there currently. It's a beautiful group, beautiful community. I would be more than honored to have you guys. I will leave the link down below if you want to join. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.